career change can be terrifying, overwhelming, and daunting, especially if you are unhappy with your current position but you don't know what to do. I've been in that position myself, and I remember it was frustrating, stressful, and it made me miserable. If this is the case, this video is for you. My name is Lubna Sharif. I'm an industrial organizational psychology consultant. Over the years, as a life coach and a career consultant, I have spoken with hundreds of people from a wide range of ages, background, industries, and roles, from over 20 countries and the 5 continents. One thing they had in common, either they were considering a career change or were already in the middle of one. I understand it's not an easy process. It can be overwhelming, daunting, and stressful. In this video, I'm sharing with you 10 steps to successfully relaunch your career and rebrand yourself. Let's start. The first is accepting there is no shortcuts. Every time I undergo a career change myself, or I helped someone going through a career change, it took longer than expected. Not only because we didn't know the right step to take, but sometimes life happened and things take longer. Figuring out what you want. I went from being a math teacher to a flight attendant, and then I went from being a flight attendant to industrial organizational psychology consultant, project manager, and I focus more on organizational consulting. So there is a process to take, but there is no shortcut. You have to do the work and you have to go through the process. Second one is start with the why. And the best person who explained the importance of why is Simon Sinek, a great thought leader who really dig deep on the importance of why. So many people are unhappy with their current jobs, but they don't have much awareness beyond that unhappiness. So why do you want to do this? Why do you think a new career will improve your life, personally and professionally? What are the downsides and the risks? So answering this question will help you have a clear idea on why you are doing it first. What do you think this is beneficial? And what are the downsides and the risks? So having this written down, understanding the why, can really make the next steps easier. Third, evaluate your current job satisfaction. You might, I already know I'm not happy with my job. Yes, but are you not happy with the entire job description, duties, or there is part of your job you actually like? Because this is going to help you figure out what is the career you want to transition to. Which aspect? So here is about figure out which aspect of your job you like and which aspect you don't like. So being a flight attendant, I really loved interacting with people. I loved managing people from different backgrounds and just ages. And so that was really, I learned a lot from being a flight attendant. Are your satisfaction is related to the content of your work or the people and the organizational culture? Because this is something important. Are you not happy because of the organizational culture and the people you work with, or with the actual duty? While you are evaluating your job satisfaction, it is important to note what are your accomplishments. Write them down. What are your skills? So this is going to really be helpful in the next step. So you understand what the things you like, what the things you don't like about the job. Is it the job itself? Is it the company culture, the people you're working? What are your accomplishments in this role or even previous roles? You have the accomplishment, you have the skills that you really mastered. So now we move to the next step. Number 4 is about your interests, skills, and values. And this is an important step because you already have skills from your previous experience. And now those skills match your value, and we want to understand or want to know, is this skills match your value or an interest or not? What are the transferable skills that you can take with you into the new role you want to transit into? The key to finding your dream job is understanding who you are. what your interest, what your value. And one of the exercise is to gather information about who you are and what you do is called um, the flower diagram. And this flower diagram is from What Color is Your Parachute? And this is a great book. And if you saw my video on job search, I will put the link above. And also I will put the link to the video in the description. This book is a great book that if you're going through a career change or you're going through a job search, it's great to have. And this exercise actually is from the book, and I would like to give the credit when it's due, and it's called the flower diagram. And in the flower diagram, you have 6 petals. The first one is about goal, purpose, or mission in life. The second one, you fill it out with favorite, knowledge, or field of interest. The third is favorable, transferable skills, and this is something you already know because you did it in the previous step. Preferred kind of people to work with. Favorite working conditions. Preferred salary range. And preferred place to live. I personally did this exercise when I decided to move, and I ended up moving to the state because of this exercise. Because you put what the things you're looking for. And even when I wanted to go through a career change, I had options to study in the UK, to study in Europe, state, or Canada. So I had to make a decision. Okay, this is the field I want to gain new skills, and we will talk about gaining new skills in the next step. But just to give you an idea how this can help you, if you are within a city and you know you're not going to move from that city, it's not a big deal. But in some people's case, it's not only a career change, it might lead to a transition from a country to another. Or your dream job is about traveling or seeing the world or doing something that is different. And another thing is, this can be helpful. Are you want to have a remote position or a position where you actually have to go to the office? So this is going to help you understand what type of work you're looking for. It's not only about the new position, about the new industry. Also, are you looking for something remote, work from home, work-life balance? It's going to help you have a clear idea on what the things you want. And also, it gives you an idea of what type of career you're looking. So this is a great chance if you're considering a career change or going through a career change. Why don't just put it toward your dream job, the thing, the ideal thing, and you go work backward from there. Once you have this is clear, you're getting more interested and you're understanding what kind of field you want, what kind of activities you do, and then you do research based on your findings. Let's move to the next step. In number 5, researching new career. And this is based on the information we collected in the previous exercise. It can help you. This is what I want. And then you start researching or rediscovering what the things you like and what you wanted. So once you have an idea on what are your interests, you look for careers that center around your interest. Also, you can consider doing informational interviews. When I decided to move toward IU psychology, I did a couple of informational interviews with IU psychology consultants, or even were at the moment things that were closer to what an IU psychology does. And I was like, oh, this is what I want to do. This is my dream career. It has all the parts that I've been working on from the beginning toward the end, being a mathematics teacher, high school teacher, being a flight attendant, so everything, all the skills that I had over and being an instructional designer, so everything, a life coach, so everything that I accumulated through the years, all the skills fit within this discipline and also fit my life mission, which is helping individuals reaching their full potential and helping organization doing the same thing and growing and making profit in the process. So that's how all my interests, everything fit within one discipline. So you can do the same. Once you understand yourself, once you know what is your why, what your interests, values, and the transferable skills you have, then you research the career that fits best within. And the informational interviews, you get a lot of information through informational interview. Let's move to the next one. Make an action plan. So this is why I have been best fit before doing the start researching, but then making an action plan. This is kind of my personal ad is once you understand everything, you know what you want, you did research on the career, then now what is the plan? What is your action plan to transit from your current position to the new one? And this is what I did. Like once I had a clear idea on this is the new career, this is where I want to transit to, I had that clear in my mind. That was the time where it made sense to actually have an action plan with high level milestones and then decompose those high level milestones to smaller one, more achievable one. And part of your action plan and a timeline, the action plan has to have a timeline for your milestones, and part of it is upgrading your skills. So for me to just move from being a flight attendant, which a lot of people don't understand what a flight attendant job is and what the skills requirements and everything that goes into doing that job, to transit to a new career, I needed to upgrade my skills. And this is where it came really important for me to go back to school and get my master in IU psychology. So your action plan include upgrading your skills. Number 7 is tracking your effort. And this is I always emphasize on the importance. Have enough respect for yourself to track you're doing all this work. So it's a shame if you don't track it, if you don't celebrate the smaller wins, that's motivate you to keep going. If you just job hunting or you're going through a career change, it's overwhelming, it's stressful. But if you don't have that, if you are not tracking your progress, you're not celebrating the smaller achievement, you really setting up yourself for failure. Because the way our brain sometimes work, we tend to focus more on negative aspect than actually focusing on the positive ones. Remind yourself, and this is I do it a lot, is when I'm going through a bad thing, the only thing I can remember is every single failure. Even I do believe that you don't fail, you learn. Either you succeed or you learn, but still when I'm going, something doesn't go my way or something, I still get that tendency of remembering the failures more than the success. So having that structure, having tracking your progress really help you remind yourself you are going in the right track, and then you celebrating the small steps along the way. And you can use something, and the easiest way you can use an Excel spreadsheet or use anything that really makes sense to you. Number 8, embrace your unique journey. And this is something it took me a while to actually being able to embrace my journey, since not everybody understand my unique journey, and getting to the point where I can tell people I'm qualified precisely because of my unique journey, not despite my unique journey. And this is something keep in your mind. You are qualified for the new position or the new career because of your unique journey, not despite your unique journey. Number 9, shifting your brand. This is important, and this is something I learned the hard way. Is it's not enough. It's like having your elevator pitch. How do you people don't understand, don't know the industries you worked, you don't know the experience you had before, and so how do you sell yourself? How do you rebrand yourself, saying, okay, this is what I do and this is what it means. Every industry has their own jargon. For example, when I have a master and I'm project manager. So when I'm in a project management environment with other project managers, I talk their language. They're all rebranding myself in terms of words and concept they understand. Versus if I go to IO psychology conference or I'm in with IO psychologist or some similar field, or D, for example, organizational development, the way I rebrand myself, the way I present myself is completely different. It's just in terms of using concept and jargon that every industry understands, and they are not the same thing. Rebrand yourself in terms the person you're talking to will understand, especially in the new industry. And this is really helpful breaking into the new industry, breaking a new career, talking the language, I will say talking the language will be very helpful. Let's move to the last one, which is avoid relying solely on your existing network. And if you saw my video on job search, I will put the link again, because this is going to be really important to go through how to effectively do a job search or career or job hunting, and that's going to save you a lot of time. And part of it, I talked about networking and the importance of networking and how there is hundreds of jobs vacancy every month that are not even published or advertised. So if you are going through if you're planning to go through a new career or breaking into a new industry, the best way is try to build a new network. You already have an existing network within your own industry, family, friend, and school, but now it's time to start building your new network specifically targeted on for the new career. And an easy way to start is by professional membership, organizational membership. Uh, Informational interviews can be a great tool as well. Thank you. I hope you liked and you enjoyed my video. If this is your first time, support the channel by subscribing and clicking the notification button.